A thread by Thomas Wichter at social.quadvirum.com. The reason we're here is the lack of ability to engage in critical thinking. If you see it on TV or on social media, it's true. People ignore things like 27,000 National Guard troops locking down not only the Capitol, but the city of D.C. itself, but they panic at a report of Pence calling Kamala Harris to congratulate her. Maybe it's just that people think the big picture is too complex to grasp, so they don't even try. If Trump is doing what I know he is, it's the most important single action in human history. It's going to change the entire world. I read an extremely cinematic article about Trump wandering the empty White House, ranting to the empty air after everybody left. But that's a scene from a movie. The White House wouldn't be empty. People should know this, but they don't. That's what the Democrats capitalize on: ignorance. But Trump is using that ignorance to his advantage. Since only a handful of us have figured out what's really happening, and virtually everyone else has accepted the transparently false narrative, Trump can do this easily. He's closed both our borders, and I'm sure there are other methods being used to keep the guilty from fleeing. Of course, Trump's supporters are begging for a clue that all is not lost, but they put themselves in that pickle. All they had to do was research Trump, as I've been telling them to do for 5 straight years, but they refused. And now they look to me to save them. Nope. I've cut the apron strings. Sweat it out. Actions have consequences. You chose to be mentally slothful, so now you pay the price. Even now, people want me to look at nonsense to tell them what to believe. Nope. Sink or swim, baby. You got us here, so I'm not in a forgiving mood. The reason people think I'm wrong is that they're dismissing massive amounts of circumstantial evidence in order to cling to their narrative. Exactly like the people they claim to hate. Peas in a pod. The FBI says there's a worrying amount of chatter from extremists planning to disrupt the inauguration. Mildeck. Military deception used to rationalize locking down D.C. After Trump does what he's going to do, he'll be facing more threats than at any time in his presidency. But he's ready. Since most of us wake up every morning with amnesia, we forgot that Trump told us that he was going to fix our election system once and for all. It would be the most important thing he ever did in his presidency. But that was more than a month ago. Too long ago to remember. I didn't forget. So I knew he'd do something very dramatic. If you're suffering bottomless angst, blame yourself. Maybe you'll finally change your habits to make sure you never put yourself in this position again. To support Quadvirum, go to quadvirum.com/support us. To support this channel, there are links to PayPal, Subscribestar, Venmo, and Cashapp in the thread. There's also going to be a live stream tonight at 8 p.m. Central Time. We're going to be talking about all the developments with the collapses of governments and with the developments in the lockdown of DC and what to expect on January 20th. Enjoy the show.
I will be the greatest president that God ever created.